What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up and break down some of this NBA action. Welcome back to Jay's NBA Jam Session, the best NBA betting podcast on the planet. Money Making Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. We got a solid 9-game card, and I'm just here to let you guys know my thoughts, opinions, and how I see tonight's action playing out. Last night, I went 3-2 on the premium side, 3-3 here on the show. Unfortunately, one of my losses was my NBA Jam Session play of the night. I had the Utah Jazz. Thought it was a sneaky spot to take them on the road. I'm well aware of how good the Lakers are, of how dominant they've been ATS over the last couple seasons, especially at home. I just thought that was a case of too many points, and there might have been a little hiccup in their offense with LeBron returning to the lineup. And it was right. That happened. The Jazz had a lead through 3 quarters and then died in the 3rd quarter. The Lakers turned it up a whole nother level and, won and covered. So I did draw my NBA Jam Session play of the night last night, looking to bounce back on that play. But again, 3-2 overall last night on the premium side. So won't ever complain about going positive. Can't, man. This is a tough industry to win in, and I think some of y'all forget that. Like, they're not handing out free bread. They're not. So, is what it was. Be what it be, man. Money Making Wednesday. Yesterday was yesterday. We move on to today. Again, a solid 9-game card. And I'm just going to let you guys know my thoughts, opinions, and how I see tonight's action playing out. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in, watch this show, watch these episodes, and everything we do here at Pickdawgz. All I ask is that you smash the like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Wednesday. Let's do it. Let's kick the crap out of the books. Let's make some money tonight. Without further ado, let's break down and cook up tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get her done. First game on the board. Got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs, 1.5-point home underdogs, total 233.5. Interesting game, fun game. I can't wait to watch this one, see how this one plays out. For me, I'm just going to take the better team playing the better basketball. I just don't want to overcomplicate this game. I think the Rockets are the better team. They're favored on the road here for good reason. The Rockets have won 4 of their last 5. They've won 9 of their last 10. Cleveland has been playing a better brand of basketball themselves. They've won 7 of their last 10, including 3 of their last 4, including back-to-back home wins over Memphis, home win over Milwaukee. This will be the first matchup between these two teams thus far this season. I'm just taking a better team, playing a better basketball, and that's the Houston Rockets. I do think Cleveland matches up quite well with Houston. Being able to have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley to kind of slow down Sengun. A lot of teams don't have much resistance against him. They kind of have too. But the reason the Rockets are so good is, you know, in years past, it's been Sengun and then who else is going to step up around him. This year, man, they got easy money sniper to step up right alongside him. We heard the kind words KD was speaking about Sengun following their last game. He called him the most skillful big man he's played with in his entire career. Rockets playing with some swag right now, and they deserve to be favored over the Cleveland Cavs. That's all I'm saying. And I'm just taking the better team, playing the better basketball. Give me the Rockets straight up on the money line or lay the 1.5 here in our first game of the day. Keep it rolling. Next game up, we head over to Indiana, where the Pacers are 1.5-point home underdogs. Charlotte coming in favorites in this one, total 236.5. Last year, man, this would have been super surprising to see the Hornets favored in Indiana. Even now, I think it's kind of surprising to see Charlotte favored in Indiana. But based on everything I look at, it grades out exactly like this. And honestly, I think Charlotte should be a little bit more of a favorite. I'm going to take the Hornets. I'm going to lay the points with them here in this one. Charlotte is going to get healthy here soon. And Charlotte is going to be the team. I know them. Charlotte's going to be the team I continue to tell them I think they are. When healthy, Charlotte is one of the best offensive teams in the NBA. And they've just been banged up here recently, so that's kind of derailed their season here in this early bit. But LaMelo's back in the lineup tonight. I think they come in here and flood Indiana. I just haven't been impressed with anything Indiana's done thus far. This team has lost 9 of its last 10 games. Charlotte hasn't been much better. They've lost 8 of their last 10, but injuries have really derailed both of these two teams. I feel like Charlotte's is more fixable, and they get their best player, a shot of adrenaline, back into their lineup. And I've been impressed with how Charlotte has played in their last couple games. Like their last 5 games have been a tough stretch to play. At home against the Lakers, at home against Milwaukee, they won that game. Then turn around, play Milwaukee again. Milwaukee in the quick revenge spot. They forced overtime in that game. They did get beat up in overtime, but they played them extremely tough in that one. Then following that, on a back end of a back-to-back with travel, headed to Oklahoma City. And then after that, headed to Toronto. Like, that's an extremely tough stretch for them. This is by far the easiest team they will have played in quite some time. They are favorites on the road here for good reason. The Pacers, not only are they banged up, but they are playing that bad. So, like I said at the start of this one, I think Charlotte should be even a bigger favorite than what they are. I'm going to lay the points with the Hornets here in this one. Keep it rolling. Next game up, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road facing the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers 1.5-point home underdogs in this one. Let's talk injury report. For Philadelphia, Kelly Oubre's out. Paul George is out. Joel Embiid could be back in the lineup tonight. He's game time decision. Keep an eye out on it. Toronto, man, is favored on the road here for good reason. Toronto's playing a really good brand of basketball. Toronto's won 8 of their last 10. They've won 4 of their last 5. They've won 4 straight. Granted, 3 of their last 4 weren't against great competition, against Charlotte, Indiana, Brooklyn. But they did go into Cleveland and get a win, 126-113. Toronto's playing a good brand of basketball. We've seen these two teams play once already this season. It wasn't that long ago. It was about 11 or so days ago. They played in Philadelphia. Philadelphia got the win in that one, 130-120. We look at what Philadelphia's been doing. This team has won 3 of its last 5. They're 5-5 in their last 10 at home. In their last one, they beat the Clippers, failed to cover. They lost to Detroit the game before that, beat Boston at home the game before that. This is going to be Philadelphia's 5th home game, last 6 games. They're comfortable at home and shooting the same rim, same gym. This is a tough game for me. This is a tough game. I can make an argument going either way. I'm going to take the Raptors here. I think they're playing the overall better brand of basketball, and I think they're favored on the road here for good reason. This is not a game I probably will bet. I have no significant edge in this game, but taking a better team in a revenge game, I tell y'all all the time, I prefer revenge at home more so than revenge on the road, but Toronto's been playing well. Winners of 8 of their last 10. I can see them keeping it rolling here. I wasn't all that impressed with how Philadelphia looked in their last game against the Clippers. They were losing that entire game. They did turn up in the 4th and win that game. Failed to cover, though. I'll take the Raptors. I just think they're playing the better basketball. We'll see what happens. Keep it rolling. Next game up, we head over to Miami, where the Heat, 6.5-point home favorites total, 232.5. This is a keep an eye on the injury report game. As of right now, we don't know who's in or out for the Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr last night couldn't give us any definitive answer. It's a terrible spot for Golden State, man. This is going to be, their 6th straight road game. They're also on a back end of a back-to-back with travel following a loss yesterday at Orlando, heading to Miami. Miami has the rest advantage in this one. Miami's comfortable at home. It's going to be their 5th home game, last 6 games. Been shooting in the same rim, same gym. I'm going to take the Heat, lay the points in this one. I think the Heat, as this sizable of favorites, kind of tells you what you need to know. I'm expecting some guys for the Warriors to sit. This is a terrible spot. This is a terrible spot for the Warriors. This team will be back home on Friday night. I think they kind of prioritize that and get ready for the Cup game against the Blazers and the nice home stretch they got coming up. Over their next few games for the Warriors, they got the Blazers in the Cup game on Friday. They got the Jazz on Monday night at home, and then they got the Rockets on Wednesday night Cup game next week. So just kind of feels like a scheduled loss. The Heat are this sizable favorites for good reason. Comfortable at home. I'm going to take Miami, lay the points in this one. We'll see what happens. Keep it rolling. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves at home at the crib with the Washington Wizards rolling in. Wizards are 16.5-point home underdogs. Road underdogs, total 237.5. Wizards, they've lost 10 straight. I've been really disappointed with this team. They got aired out at home by the Brooklyn Nets. They moved from 29 in the power rankings. They are now the worst team in the NBA, 30 of 30 in my NBA power rankings. On the other side, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're playing well. They've won 4 of their last 5. They've won 7 of their last 10. I see no reason not to lay it in this one. Like when I grade it out, when I look at my models and everything like that, it says lay the points with the Timberwolves in this one. Like the talent gap is this significant. Knowing me though, if y'all know me, I hate laying extended numbers with Minnesota at home at the crib because every time it seems like I do it, they never win and cover. That's why I call them the house of disappointment. Just when you trust them at home, they lay an egg. So it's better spots to me on the board tonight than to lay this extended number with Minnesota. Minnesota's not a team I enjoy laying extended numbers with. There are teams, y'all know, I have no problem laying extended numbers with. We'll talk about 2 of them here momentarily. But grading this game out, Washington is playing that bad. Minnesota is playing that well. No need to overcomplicate it. No reason to get cute. Give me Minnesota laying the points here in this one. Keep it rolling. Next game up, we got the Denver Chicken Nuggets out on the road facing the New Orleans Pelicans. Denver, 14.5-point road favorites. Denver, man, they on the shit list. They are on the shit list. I am still utterly shocked that they lost that last game to Chicago. That was my play of the day that day. They had the rest advantage. They were at home at the crib. Chicago was on the back end of a back-to-back with travel following an overtime game. Was it a double? I think a double overtime game. Leaving Utah, heading to Denver, playing in the elevation. I just knew the Bulls were going to have dead legs, and then when we were going to see Denver do what we know and love them to do in that late window, which is take Chicago behind the woodshed. And the Bulls went in there and won that outright. That was surprising. Denver, they're 10-3 on the season. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. They've won 4 of their last 5. We've seen them play New Orleans once this season. That game was in Denver. They kicked the crap out of them. They took them behind the woodshed. Final score in that game was 122-88. On the other side, New Orleans, this team has lost 8 of its last 10 games. They've lost 5 straight. This will be their 5th straight home game. Looking at how they've played during this homestand, they got beat up by Portland 125-117. The Lakers rolled in there and beat them up 118-104. Golden State rolled in there, blew them out 124-106. Oklahoma City rolled in there, beat them up 126-109. They covered in that Oklahoma City game. But I just think they've played good teams here in this homestand and have been beaten up. I think the same thing happens here. I think Denver in the motivation spot, coming off the ugly, unexplainable loss, I think they come in here and beat up on the New Orleans Pelicans, just like we've seen them do in Denver. When I grade it out, it grades out to the 20-plus point blowout. So I have no problem laying extended numbers with the Nuggets. Usually I like laying them with them at home, but the Pelicans are that bad. They're 28 of 30 in my NBA power rankings. Denver, I believe right now is 3 or 4 in my NBA power rankings right now. Good spot for them in a bounce back spot. We have seen them beat up on teams on the road. They beat up on Sacktown on the road, 122-108. Beat up on LA on the road, 130-116. The Clippers beat up on Minnesota on the road, 123-112. So coming off the ugly loss, I do trust Denver in this spot. So yeah, give me the Nuggets, laying the points here in this one. Keep rolling. Speaking of teams we trust, man, laying extended numbers. It's our favorite money-making team, and it's the defending champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. They are laying 18.5 points at home at the crib in this spot. We knew coming off the championship, Oklahoma City would be overrated and overvalued this season. Of course, they're the champs. Y'all know me, man. I have no problem laying these extended numbers with the Thunder, and I'm laying this shit again tonight. I think they take the Sacramento Kings behind the woodshed. Sacramento is that bad. They are playing that bad, and Oklahoma City is that damn good. We've seen these two teams match up twice already this season. The first meeting was in Oklahoma City, and the Kings kept it close. It was a 107-101 win for Oklahoma City. the Kings kind of tried really hard at the very end of that game to make that score look way closer than what that game actually was. Those two teams played about a week later, about 9 days later. That game was in Sacramento. Oklahoma City went into Sacramento, won that game by 31 points. So it's no surprise to see them as they beat them by 31 in Sacramento. Sacramento's been playing terrible. It's no surprise to see Oklahoma City 18-point favorites at home. Oklahoma City, they won 9 of their last 10. They've won 5 straight. Even at home, we've seen them beat up on good teams, beat up on Golden State 126-102, beat up on the Lakers 121-92. The Thunder are number 1 in my NBA power rankings. The Sacramento Kings, I believe, are, what are they, 25 in my power rankings. They're that bad. The gap between these two teams is that significant. We trust Oklahoma City at home, at the crib, where they go stupid, dummy, crazy, where they're a different team, monster, and animal. When I grade this one out, like looking at my models and everything like that, like this is a 30-plus point blowout. I have no problem laying this extended of a number. Give me Oklahoma City, laying the points here in this one. The only thing that makes me nervous is the same thing we've kind of run into the past couple nights is Oklahoma City has gotten extended leads and they've sat their starters in the fourth, and we're relying on the backups to cover extended numbers late in games. So we've been bitten by that twice in the last week or two with Oklahoma City, laying extended numbers. So I understand they're not going to be nearly as good ATS this year as what they've been over the past couple seasons. They will be slightly overrated, slightly overvalued this year. I understand that. I don't think this is one of those spots, though. This is a 20-plus point blowout. Lay it here with the Thunder here in this one. Keep it rolling. We got 2 games left. We got the New York Knicks out on the road facing the Dallas Mavericks. Mavs 5.5-point home underdogs, total 230.5. First, let's talk injuries for the Knicks. They could be getting Jalen Brunson back tonight. He's game time decision. OG Anunoby's still out. Is the significant news for New York. For Dallas, Derek Lively's game time decision. Daniel Gafford's game time decision. Anthony Davis is still out. Man, the Mavs are that bad. They are 24 of 30 in my NBA power rankings. The Knicks are the number 1 team in the East when completely healthy. They're top 5 in my NBA power rankings. I think I have them 5. So I want to see what this injury report looks like. I want to see if Brunson plays or not, really, is the multi-million-dollar question. If Brunson plays, I like the Knicks a good amount. Just Brunson returning back to Dallas. Like, this Dallas team is that bad. I don't think Dallas will have enough offensive output to keep up with New York in this game. It's kind of my thoughts. So Dallas hasn't been nearly as bad as what I've portrayed them to be ATS, but straight up wise, they've lost 8 of their last 10. It's crazy. This team was a finals team. Now they're pretty much tanking. New York hasn't been the same team on the road as they have been at home. So it's something to keep an eye out on. This will be Dallas's 5th home game in their last 6 games. Lean towards the Knicks. They're head and shoulders the better basketball team. I like it a lot if Brunson plays. If he doesn't, still like the Knicks. Don't love it, though. We'll see what happens. Last and final game of the night, we got your Chicago Bulls out on the road facing the Portland Trailblazers. Blazers are 3.5-point home underdogs. Portland's on the back end of a back-to-back. They got beat up yesterday by the Phoenix Suns. The Suns took them out in a woodshed, 127-110. The Portland Trailblazers are not playing well right now. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They struggled on the road, on that road trip they had. And they came back home yesterday, got beat up. They're in the rest disadvantage spot. Chicago did not play yesterday. Now they come in here to play Portland. Chicago, they're coming off a good win. They beat the Nuggets 130-127 in Denver. We talked about that game a little bit earlier when we were talking about the Nuggets. Chicago hasn't played all that well them damn selves. They've lost 4 of their last 5. This will be their 5th road game, last 6 games. I'm going to take Portland here in this one. I know they're not in a really favorable spot, but I just don't trust Chicago laying multiple possessions on the road. I know they beat the Nuggets on the road, great accomplishment, but I think that win has them slightly overrated, slightly overvalued. That's just kind of my thoughts here in this one. So both teams, like these two teams, are in the same boat. I don't think Chicago's a bucket favorite better than Portland in Portland. I don't. They're basic, I understand that it's because the Portland Trailblazers are on the back end of a back-to-back, but still. Both teams have lost four. Both teams have lost 6 of their last 10. This is a 50-50 game. And if you're going to give me up and over a bucket with Portland at home, I'm going to grab it. So give me the Trailblazers plus the points here in our last and final game of the night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all. That concludes another episode of Jay's NBA Jam Session. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in, watch these shows, and watch these episodes. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. We went 3-2 last night on the premium side. Unfortunately, one of those 2 losses was my NBA Jam Session play of the night. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really good spot to take the Jazz ATS. They had a lead through the entire game and then just collapsed third quarter. Lakers got hot. Lakers turned it up. Lakers won. Lakers covered. So looking to bounce back on my NBA Jam Session play of the night tonight. You guys can scoop it up. Link for it in the description below. You can hop on something long-term as well. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Let's make some money today, man. Let's get back on the right track. Let's make tonight a dominant night. 9 games. Let's go 9-0. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.